work on that.
The Mark Pires Renaissance.
Let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pires Renaissance Man.
Okay, people, gather round. The Mark Pires Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on. I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is, Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Fauci is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. It's Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Look, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Fauci, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. Like I said, that everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Fauci, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pires Renaissance Man Show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. Since January 1st, 2021, 170 songs have been written and released on iTunes and Spotify. Though my monthly streak has come to an end, I will be dropping many albums for you going forward. Join us for the live comedy news. Every night of the year, 7 stories are chosen, SNL Weekend update style. I've also released 4 feature comedy films. Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, A Christmas Story, and Peter Bishop, the Wolf of Crypto. BB Poo Poo! Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark Dick Facce, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Foch. And then, of course, Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me. Just saying. Hammerlin Jameson's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right in a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie.
and Dr. Weasel Fouch, if you don't know who he is. We have 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi, look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pires of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too. Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Fache Mulder. Sonny, you still got the cough? There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Fache. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too.
Zucker Chooch, are you kidding me? Excuse me, are you freaking kidding me?
We did a couple raps this year. My Aunt Judy told me I could do a rapper's delight and took a poop in my double diaper. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Marxist, I did it. It's 10 Commandments. Mark Stradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, when I got that freaking red, like murdering a family. That was O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint this ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe is Mark Jellin. Markola Tesla? If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the Fur Elise, right? I'm in the middle of it, and they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Doing the fifth and taking all that work. And then, like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing the 8 Mile situation. Mark and M's the man now, but what I paved the way is the Marktorius B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one. Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklamation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln. You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della. That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a freaking toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. And there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about beatseat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it, and this is a little demo I made. Welcome to beatseat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone, everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you can play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get
until I see you in just a moment. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man.
When the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
It's Monday. It's Mark Pyers.
I was walking
And
down the road
it's
today,
Renaissance
looking
Man.
for another way.
I'm here
Ease my mind and
to
help my
ease
living.
my mind
I look
and
into
help my living.
the passing car.
It's Renaissance Man. It's daily variety show Mark Pyers Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1,162 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. And we're going to get into it just like we do every single night. I've been here forever and a day. Seth, how are you, my brother? Kicking it here, doing it, day 1,162 in a row. What's up? No, Joanne, we're not giving you a standing ovation or nothing. She's like, do I get a standing ovation? Nobody freaking cares. You're just the Weezer in the background doing the drawer, opening and closing the drawer, I'm doing my best trying to deal with it. I see Jim Williams, my brother, and Tim Beers is on his way back from the convoy. He's doing a convoy deal down in D.C., which is interesting because we do have a song that I wrote here called the Freedom Convoy song. It's an anthem. You should freaking play the thing. We're going to play it here tonight. You guys can hear it. It is on iTunes. It is on Spotify. You can support a brother by picking it up. You know what I'm saying? A Distraction. How you doing over there? Good name. Very good name. Guys, when you're doing it, you're doing it. I got 7 news stories for you tonight. We're going to play some music. We're going to write a song or two. Maybe someone has a topic they want to bring up here on TikTok. Or maybe you guys have a topic you want me to write. I wrote a song for Jim called Big Cat Jim. It's friggin' ridiculous. Make sure you check that out. That's on album 3 or 4 from last year. We did 170 songs in 13 months here. 4 feature films, and we are in the process of doing more. I don't know what we're doing yet. We're doing it. I think this new thing is like radio news guy, you know what I mean? Like late night news. Because we just have some crazy stuff going on with this late night news stuff, guys. Like if you're on TikTok, you got to head over to YouTube and give me a follow over there. I've been live 1,162 days in a row. Positivity, live songwriting, comedy. We're trying to bring people out of the darkness into the light, fam and friends. What are we talking about? What's that? No, Joanne, you're bringing people into the darkness with your wheeze. I'm here just trying to bring just a different perspective. Trying to get people to forget about the hatred, We're dealing with this weird phenomena where 2022, they're like, you know what, when you were a kid, forget about what your parents told you. Forget about when your parents said, don't ever talk about religion, politics, and money. That's a no-go. Like, you just create issues when you go to a dinner party. You're out at a cocktail event, right? And you start talking about religion, politics, or money. It's going downhill. You know what I mean? So, no, 2022, we're just like, let's only talk about religion, politics, and money. I'm like, come on, man. Let's just live in the light. Let's create. This moment that we are currently living in right now is the only moment that matters. Everything else is just either the past or the future. None of it exists. This is it. You're here with me, and I thank you for... Zabrowski! We need a woohoo! We almost lost you! Woohoo! You got a woohoo like that? Good thing. I'm telling you, that's a night to remember. You're here remembering the night. Zabrowski did it. He came out, gave us the woohoo. We're all up a level at least, right? You're probably up 2 levels. TikToking it, you're like, I came into the platform, not really sure what this says. Now you're leveled up. I got a Zabrowski woohoo. It's a Grammy winner over here. He won the Grammy for a woohoo, and I love that we got him as our guy. He's our woohoo guy. Guys, we have lots of news. Joanne, what do we got in the news today? You got to roll it up. Guys, if you want to see the real show, the news and everything, you got to head over to YouTube. Link in bio. It's a free program for the last 3+ years, every single day, 2+ hours. We write songs live in the moment. We create comedy live in the moment, and we also read the news like a Comedy Central style. I basically pick 7 stories. I have a title that I'm like, that sounds like a cool story. I don't know what the hell the story's about. If they're long, I don't read the whole freaking thing. I get sick of reading them. Right? No, Joanne, stop it with the wheezing. But when I'm doing it, I read this cold. So that's the fun thing about this is I'm taking these stories and reading them with a little pizzazz. But they're all cold reads. So first story of the day, Joanne. Elon Musk says he will travel to... Joanne, stop telepromptering me from the top. I'm trying to read the story. She's zippity-zappity zooing it, and I'm just trying to catch up. Elon Musk says he will travel to a high radiation location and eat locally grown food on TV after his tweet calling for more nuclear powered energy. In Europe, draws criticism. Joanne, they're criticizing Elon Musk again. He didn't get $5 billion wasn't enough, and he gave, to the government. Elon Musk has called for Europe to restart dormant nuclear power plants to generate more energy. He said, "Can we do more power plants to get them going on in China?" And I'm doing Tesla. We're gonna go to make sure we get more radiation. Dead on. He said he already did so in Japan shortly after the Fukushima disaster. Joanne, you were there during the Fukushima disaster, right? That's where you got your humongocarditis? Oh, no, I forgot. You got 18 bugaboos. They were like, oh, it's just going to be a couple shots. No, Joanne went for the extras. No good. In a tweet on Sunday, Tesla CEO Elon Musk called for Europe to generate more nuclear power to offset fears of a gas shortage. No, Joanne, you have no shortage of gas. We know it. We're here experiencing it. I have to smell it. Yeah, Zabrosk. Poor Zabrosk doesn't want to come back tomorrow because of that stinky butt back there. No, Joanne, I know you're trying your best to not let it seep out of your hiney butt, but it's doing it. It's doing it. The tweet, which has been retweeted more than 31,100 times as of press time, drew its fair share of backlash online until one in mismanaged again leaks everywhere. That's the risk of one more, responded Jim Osman, founder of the Edge Consulting Group. Joanne, when you got the edge, Musk, however, claimed the notion of radiation risk is a mistaken one and laid down a challenge to his critics. For those who mistakenly think of the radiation risk, pick what is the worst location. I'll travel there and eat locally grown food on TV, he tweeted, adding that he did so in a Japanese prefecture, Joanne. Don't mispronounce the word. It's prefecture. Of Fukushima months after its nuclear accident. Musk visited Fukushima in July 2011, according to a press release from Solar City, which Tesla acquired in 2016. It's interesting he calls it Tesla. When I did Tesla, I was just a young man doing it as a SpaceX and Tesla. I just decided to split my 30 million and do it. He did it. He's freaking awesome. I love Elon Musk. He's the one guy who slaps back. He pounds people on the friggin' ground. What are you talking about? You're going to Elon Musk me? Don't do it. You don't want to get around. He'll come after you. He's got $230 billion. All right, doing it. Insider was not independently able to verify whether Musk did or did not eat locally grown food, as he claimed. There have been 2 major nuclear power plant disasters in history. at Chernobyl in the former Soviet Union in 1986, and Fukushima in 2011. In Chernobyl, children and emergency and recovery workers are at an increased risk of negative health effects caused by the radiation. Joanne, you got to get yourself checked. I think that heart may have a bit of radiation going on. You know, when you got to hot air balloon carditis, you know, CNN trying to pin it as magnificent carditis was no, stretch of the imagination where they just try to flip anything that's negative, make it a positive, and anything that's positive, make it a negative. They're the best at it, the best at telling you the untruth. The United Nations Assessment of Disaster in July 2021.
Another UN study released in 2021 centers found no adverse health effects among Fukushima residents directly related to the radiation exposure from the accident.
That's basically a little bit of Wayne Doppler, Dr. Wayne Doppler for you, Joanne. She loves Dr. Wayne. She's always looking up at him. She's looking up to him, too. She looks up to him. She's looking up at him. A double-decker. So, guys, they're doing it. Elon Musk is going for it. He's calling for more nuclear energy in Europe, and it comes just 2 days after he pushed for a boost in U.S. oil and gas output to counter any decline in Russian supplies. Might I point out, part of the sanctions in Russia, it's to shut down the pipeline, the Russian pipeline, because that actually hurts their country. I'm going to say that again. To shut down the pipeline in Russia hurts their country. Why did Joe Biden shut down our pipeline? Shutting down the pipeline in Russia hurts their country, hurts their economy. Why did Joe Biden shut down our pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline? One more time. Let's rephrase it. If shutting down a pipeline hurts a country, then why would your first act on the first day of office, when you signed 29 executive orders, why would one of those things be shut down and hurt the country? Shut down the pipeline, hurt our country. Because that is what I'm thinking is what we really have going on right now, is a little bit of craziness in the world. You realize that part of these sanctions is to shut down the economy and hurt the economy of Russia. And part of that would be to shut down their pipeline. Okay, so nobody wants to talk about how I bought an electric car because I knew this was going to happen. But I bought an electric car. The last week I had my car, Signor Tramparu was still in office for one more week. I remember because I got my car in, it was in August. So, no, you know what? Sleepy Poopy Pants was already in, okay? I remember $2.20, something like that, for Super, okay? I remember $2.20 for Super when Trumper was in. And everybody's like, and then there's a great video of Obama saying, well, you can't just bring down the price of gas. What are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? He can't do that. And then what do you freaking know? He comes out and does that, immediately brings the prices down of everything by bringing us energy independent for the first time in 53 years. I think it was something like that. And so you start thinking about step away for a moment. Okay. So you do know specifically that, because they're pointing this out, that shutting down the pipeline hurts the Russian economy. It hurts Russia, and it will get them to theoretically stop the war. Okay, so then that's a piece of information that they didn't let you know about when they decided to shut down the Keystone Pipeline here. So I think it's very important for us to have a little common sense every once in a while and not be afraid to ask the difficult questions, even in a time where they don't let you. We've walked into this dangerous territory where essentially what happens is they figured out how to blanket the entire planet with one message and to suppress anything else. And that is the ultimate goal of the future, is one message, one goal. Anything else, instead of just being suppressed, those people are just taken off. They're taken out of the picture. They're thrown in jail. They're thrown somewhere that no one even ever hears from them again. Not just hearing them from online, a small group of people still hear from them. They're just never even around. They take them out, and there's no laws against it at that point. And we're leaning towards this happening sooner than later. They want to have us categorized. They want to take all of our items that we own. They want to take everything away from us. They want to chip us. I think that's part of what happened, but I don't know for sure. But they want to chip us going forward. And by 2026, they want to have everybody with an implant in their brain. It's insane, the stuff that's going on, and that we have no interest in. And they want to force on us, just like what happened over the last 2 years. I'm having a hard time also with the fact that I was one of the people, and this is why nobody heard from me for the last 2 years besides these family members here, why I was suppressed so much. But I have been saying where we are today with the science is what I've been saying since day one, because I had Dr. Richard Fleming on my show for 16 hours. And when he came on, he said, nothing's going to help. This isn't going to do anything. 4 days in, by the time you start building antibodies from no matter what you take, you've already got thrombosis, which most people are getting, which most people had an issue with. That was the issue. He would talk about some of the other medications, which he would say, these are the reasons why those will work and be effective. And they became villainized in this country. Other countries use them. You know, there's a one here in this country you're not allowed to even talk about. If you say the name, you'll get pulled off the internet. In England, the Queen, the highest royal in the world, the Queen, she got CV1, and she starts taking a set of drugs. Wouldn't you know it? She takes something with an S, staccato-doo-doo. We'll call it staccato-doo-doo. You look up staccato-doo-doo online. Yeah, it's that one that has been villainized here. If it's so dangerous, why would they give it to the Queen? Oh, interesting point, Mark. Okay, so shutting down pipeline in Russia hurts Russia. So why did they shut down the American pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline? To hurt America. Thanks, Joe Biden. Okay, gas prices are where they are because you shut down the pipeline, and you just proved to us that the reason you do that is to hurt a country. You hurt our country. Intentionally hurt our country on that day when you signed 29 executive orders. Which one am I signing next? This one says that you're going to destroy America. Okay, here we go. What's this one? This one says that basically, people could just come in whenever, that we're not going to finish off that one little section of the wall there because we don't give a frig who's coming in. They'll all vote for you next time. Oh, really? Okay, here we go. And I think the misconception here is that most people don't understand that. I think most people that are, and I'm not saying I'm one way or another, but I'm pretty sure that I know what I am. But conservative people in general, they don't want to keep people out. They just want to know who the frig is coming in. That's it. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, they want to keep people out. No. My grandfather came here from Portugal legally to Ellis Island. He showed up. His name's on the wall. We know who he came in. He's on the wall. We know he got here. Francisco Pires is there on the wall. Still to this day, you can go down and see his name. He didn't bypass, not saying, look, some people have to do what they have to do. But the point is, we just want to know who's here. We're living in an age of bombs and people who are friggin' out of their minds. And they're drug dealers who are bringing in things like fentanyl into this country. And you know what they're doing? Instead of saying, you know what? No. Let's at least find out who's coming through. Let's finish off this ridiculous wall that we spent tons of taxpayer money on. And it works, by the way. Let's just keep that one section open. There is a video you could find online of somebody who managed to sneak back there because they put they blocked off the media from getting into this one area where all of the materials are to finish off this wall. Hundreds of millions of dollars of wall material. It's all laying there. It's ready to be put up. They just have to send some workers to do it. Instead of them doing it, they allow the pouring in to continue. This country is done. And that's the intention. They took this great concept that was great for a very long time, and they started to destroy it in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and it's just gotten worse. And now we're at a point where they're like, we're taking their freaking freedom. They almost got away with it during this, but didn't you think it interesting? All of a sudden, there's this worldwide, I think it's something like, I don't know what the name of this thing is, but they're basically going after everybody. Bill Gates, Dr. Weasel Fauci, everybody's going on, and they were basically going after them because of war crimes, because of crimes against humanity. And at the end of the day, no matter how you look at this, they did not tell us anything. They forced you with a message, and they didn't tell you anything. You go and you open up a freaking piece of paper that says intentionally left blank. What the? Intentionally left blank? What about the 9 pages of things you just delivered finally? And I just want to know one thing. If you've got nothing to hide, why would you petition to have all of your information held for 75 years? It sounds awfully lot like JFK. What are we dealing with? A JFK situation where you guys knowingly did some sort of fraud? Or you were involved with something here and you don't want the people that are alive to know about it? And you're hoping that when you finally come out with the information, these people just don't freaking care anymore because it was a generation of few. Oh my goodness, what a disgusting thing that these people did. Oh, who cares? They're dead. 75 years, we'd all be gone when they wanted to release the information and the clinical data and why they approved this, how they approved this. Excuse me, I am ready. Anybody else want to get involved in a class action lawsuit? You just let me know. I'm ready to all I can tell you is as a guy who's been here asking questions and the result came out exactly as the way I said the whole time, and I was called names the entire time. And the entire time, oh, we're following the science. Oh, yeah? No, but the science changed. Oh, it did? It changed to exactly what the people that were skeptical about said it would change to? That it was the whole freaking time? Those people are suppressed, freaking careers ruined, for you to eventually a year later say, oh yeah, you know what, it's this thing, we just had no idea. We had no idea it was going to go this way. How would we have known? The science changed. Friggin' mental. And the crazy thing is the hook, line, and sinker that they got everybody on, and that they forced so many people. I saw this poor guy who was he had a stroke here on TikTok, and this poor man, he's like 23 years old. And he had a stroke. And he's like, look, I'm not going to blame the thing, but like, I was fine. I got COVID. And then because it was so hard to just go out and live, he's like, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't eat. I couldn't go anywhere unless I had this friggin' piece of paper that says nothing, because you could still get and transmit and share. What the frig hell? But anyway, he's saying, I have this thing and that's the only thing I could use in order to go around. So I went and I got it. And he had a stroke. And he's like, I'm not going to blame that. I don't know if it's that. He goes, it could have been something else. He's like, could have been the fact that I got the COVID. He's like, but I had a stroke. And this poor guy, first of all, I'm thinking to myself, the fact that we live in a country where this guy had the COVID and he had natural immunity because of the COVID, and you forced him to get a bugaboo also, which we now clearly can see didn't do the job it was supposed to do, which is why they've stopped forcing us the last 3 weeks, and all you hear about is Ukraine. Isn't it interesting the bout shift that was made as soon as they started to have their hand in the cookie jar and everybody saw it? Like, wait a second, you want another one? You want to put another one on people? And you look around the world, you get a VPN and you see the way the rest of the world is handling this, and the information's different than we're told. And they're allowed to use those things, which are clearly working for the Queen. And look, I'm not trying to get in any trouble. I know everybody is very sensitive to this subject. I shouldn't have even gotten into it, but our freaking topic got me there with this, talking about where the world is going, where Joe Biden literally shut down our pipeline here in America. And now they've come out and told us that the reason they're shutting down the pipeline in Russia is because it will hurt their country. Am I missing something here? He knowingly hurt our country that day because he knows it will hurt a country when you shut down their pipeline. I'm sick of people out there acting like we're idiots, and they keep broadcasting these messages of division, these messages of straight up lies, and everything's about the enemy. And here I just want to say one thing, and I don't know if this is accurate at all, but if you were to go into some of these Middle Eastern countries and you're to say, how do you picture America? We were there for 20 years dropping bombs all over the place. And if you're going to tell me that we hit only enemies the whole time, when I know for sure Joe Biden recently dropped a bomb on a family and a bunch of kids. And so I don't know. He's killing innocent civilians. That's what we're talking about with Vladimir Putin. Yeah, I guess he's a bad guy. I get it. I totally get it. But you take our media and you shut their friggin' voices off, the National Enquirer, fake news National Enquirer media. That's what we're dealing with here, okay? You shut their voices and you stand back and you say, okay, I'm seeing bombs being delivered all over the freaking world. Whoever's dropping those bombs is doing some really evil things. And those are crimes against humanity. What Joe Biden did was a crime against humanity. Oh, we got their head guy. He didn't get anybody. He killed innocents. But we wiped that away here in America. Putin, he's the most evil. He's Hitler. He's the... It's like, okay, I get it. He's a bad guy. But this media circus, I'm so sick of it. That's why I call it the fake news National Enquirer mainstream media. They're the National Enquirer. Bat with human ear on page 4. I'm freaking waiting for it, aren't you? Aren't you expecting the next news story? Oh, Dolores, we just heard there's a bat with a human ear. Oh, great, let's go to it. We're all believing in it. We're going to go get the popcorn and eat this for this one. Their stories are as bad as bat with human ear. You know, like everything. That's 64 more people died. Oh, okay, great. How many people died yesterday of heart disease? 87. Aren't we talking about that? How about the fentanyl overdose? How many people died of fentanyl during the Plandemiru? More, at least in the age group that matters, 18 to 46, I think 45, that more people died from fentanyl overdose than cove, cancer, like 15 things. But we don't even talk about that. We're talking about something, it doesn't even affect people in that age range. You forced everybody to take it. This is why I was scared. This is why I was scared the whole time. I said, this is not about a bugaboo. It's about control. It's about taking freedom away. This is about something bigger than it's not about health and safety. If it was about health and safety, they would have created something that actually stopped the thing we're afraid of. What we're afraid of is really a fear-mongering machine, just people out there spitting out hatred, division, and fear. And what happens when you live in fear? You can't live. You can't find anything to be happy about. You're constantly, and I still see people that are living this way, where they are masked to the gills. They can't go, I'm like, I've got to get back to the life I loved, which is to walk into places and go and pick something up. You know, if someone's coughing, I'm not going near them. Yeah, okay. But I'm not for to freaking stop living my life. Okay? And I can't stand it anymore because it's not the reality that they keep putting on and portraying for the last 2+ years. But what I cannot stand most is I knew this was going to happen. I knew there would be a friggin' switch. And all of a sudden, it would be going from, you got to go, and the people that don't are evil, and you should hate everybody who doesn't get it. Oh, if you're you're the one, you're the problem, you're the spreader. From that, I knew it would go from that to, all right, guys, nothing to see here, back to normal. And we're at freaking nothing to see here, back to normal right now. It's not just a subtle switch. Up Ukraine, Putin's the devil. Civilians are dying. He's evil. Like, what the friggin' hell when we were bombing people a month ago, 2 months ago, killing civilians in the street. Joe Biden's he can't say anything bad about him. He just friggin' pooped his pants. Triple diaper in it. I feel bad I get into these rants and I know I get people upset and I'm so sorry, but I just can't stand this disgusting world. Like everything I tune into and I don't anymore. But when I happen to for one freaking second, I'm like, oh my goodness, more racist. Everything's about racism. Everybody's racist. Holy friggin' cow. I happened to pop on Kamala Chameleon for 3 seconds earlier today. Well, we have to get more racial equality. Racial equality? We're still talking about, we had a black president for 2 terms, for 8 years. Am I freaking out of my mind? Oh, no, we didn't. That's a Mandela effect. We voted for him as a country twice. There's no getting around the fact that we're not racist as a country. You can't say we are. If we are, Barack Obama never would have been president twice. Not once, twice. And from all standing, he was a horrendous president the first term. So smooth. Love to have a beer with the dude, but terrible president. You know, did nothing for the people he should have done things for. Guess who did? The guy that everybody hated. Why do you think that Senor DJT got 25% of the vote from the inner cities? Because he freaking cared. He's the only one who did. Of all the presidents, if you go back, they all talk S. All they do is talk S. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They friggin' do nothing. This is the one guy I was blown away that he did this stuff that he talked about. Look, are you kidding me? Excuse me. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Winning big league. He did everything he said he would do. I don't even, look, all I could say is this: stock market was a phenomenal. Yeah, okay, it had a great run under Joe Biden as well, but gas prices are killing people. The inflation is killing people. These untenable stimulus packages that he created for whatever the frig hell, none of it had to do with the Cove. Oh, it's for Cove relief. Is it? If you looked at it, it was like 12% of it was for Cove relief. Everything was like giving money to different countries. Excuse me. You're taking my hard-earned money, your hard-earned money, all of your hard-earned money and giving it away to different countries? They need help with Cove too. Well, then friggin' have them go do what they need to do. I don't work to give my money to all these different countries. Bosnia gets $1.2 billion. Are you freaking kidding me? Did anybody see that list where we were doling out money left and right to countries during this Plandemaroo? We don't get it back. And guess who paid? Me and you. You wonder why our taxes blow in this country? Because they throw our money around. They don't care about the deficits that they continue to accrue. This is the most insane reality. We are in the twilight zone. We are definitely Truman showing it. It's just the beginning of it too, by the way, guys. It's going to get worse. And I don't even know what to say. I think I said enough. I don't think I should say any more on this topic. I got my point across. That's the rant for the evening. And I got there in a random way because of freaking Elon Musk. I want to finish with one thing I want to say. This could all be completely bypassed with common sense. Not everything, but the amount of programs that are created. And then there's money that's somehow distributed or created out of thin air in order to pay for these programs. And everything is about breaking the backs of the American people. Nothing is done for our benefit. Everything is done at our detriment. Oh, let's continue to do this. Okay, who's going to pay for that? These freaking idiots. These freaking morons are going to pay for it. Because guess what they do every day? They get up and they go to their office and they go and they make a living. And we just bump up the taxes here. We bump up their property taxes here. And we get the mill rate up over here. And then gases, go up with that too. What about food? You got it. Through the freaking roof on the food. Cars, we just aren't going to have any cars for people. They're going to have to do a Flintstones deal, you know. Barney jumps in. That's an extra weight, you know. But that's where we're going, you know. We're going to a time where I don't want to be. I don't want my children existing in a time where we are living in famine. I'm fearing literal famine is coming our way because of the way that we're running this world currently. And I have to say, the people out there in this country who hated Trump so much that you made this reality possible, this is on you. I hate saying it, but it's on you. I had 35 episodes of the DJT show that shared every piece of news, every piece of information that ever happened with Sleep Sofa Joe, and they decided to keep you from it. But that's on you, too. You should have done your research. You don't take any information from this fake news, National Enquirer, mainstream media, and say, oh, that's true. He's a racist, xenophobe bigot. Is he? Oh, and he's also a anti-Semite, too, I heard. That's why he allowed his daughter to convert to Judaism, and his son-in-law, who is part of this cabinet, is Jewish, but that he totally makes sense. There's great video of him with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. They all loved Trump until he was president because he gave to everybody. He was kind to people. He's a jerk. He says a lot of stupid, are you kidding me? What'd you say about me? Are you kidding? Winning big league. I'm winning big league. But he's He's got a freaking silver tongue. You don't mess with the guy. But I'll tell you what, the reason why Vladimir Putin never went into Ukraine when Trump was in office is because Trump is nuts. And Putin knew it. He didn't know what the hell Trump would do. And that's why he didn't do it. Biden is a freaking wet sock. He's a sleep sofa. And this is why we are where we are. When there's a weak leader, which is exactly where we are, people push you around. Now, what I fear is Vladimir Putin's really nuts. But I also think he's not nuts in the way some people are portraying him. He's nuts in the same way that Trump is, where he's bright enough to say something and you don't think he's being totally truthful, obviously, and you think there's a whole other strategy going on in their head. That's the same thing that's going on with Trump to the other world leaders. I've heard this, people who live in other countries. They said, we know America hated that guy. He said, but we respected him. People feared him because he was freaking nuts. There's a great video of him shaking Putin's hand the first time. He does that whole thing where he's like, come here, let me just grab you real quick and pull you towards me, give you a huggaroo. He's like, Trump pulled on Putin. Putin's like, he like ripped towards him. Like, that is Trump. That's who Trumper was. He's not a guy who's going to beat around the bush. This guy dealt with billion-dollar deals, so and he probably dealt with oligarchs and all kinds of stuff. And he probably met Putin prior, it's years ago, whatever, when he has his hotels in Russia, whatever. But the point is, he'd look you straight in the eye and he'd have a conversation. He'd be frank about it. Now we have a guy who can't say a word without a teleprompter. And even then he can't read it well. He's still making mistakes. And it's like, it's right freaking there in like 800 point. I'm working on like 12 point when I'm looking on the screen. He's got like 800 point. When like you go to a hockey game and it's like across the screen right there. My brother Mark Pyers is on with me, guys. Guys, you don't realize this, but there is another Mark Pyers. He's here with us right now in the chat. You should head over to YouTube. It's a real deal. This Mark Pyers is a finance guru, and he's awesome. We got to have you on, Mark. We're doing interviews here now. I'm going to give you my Calendly. Shoot me a message on Facebook, buddy, and I'm going to have you on because I want to talk about gold and everything else that you have. Mark is trying to help people, get financially, free, essentially. And I think we could all use help with that, especially with what's coming. Yeah. Big of a transphobe Trump was. Was Trump a transphobe, guys? I really don't think that's true. I think Trump was open to everybody being happy, is what I saw from him. I think people painted him in every picture possible. But if you go and actually look at full interviews with the guy, he was extremely supportive of all different beliefs, all different genders. And I think that he was easily painted as a target. And it's because, if you think about it, an outsider coming on the inside needs to be taken out. The outsider coming on the inside needs to get out. We can't have that guy do what he wants to do, which is change the game. He changed the game in so many freaking levels. Like the fact that he brought the embassy to Israel and is like, I just think it's weird, all the things that were accomplished, and he did a lot of stupid stuff. But like I said, when you're yelled at all day long, I tried to put myself in shoes. I'm like, if you're yelled at all day long and you're seeing hatred thrown at you all day long, I'm sure it's got to get to you. And every once in a while you see one, you're just like, are you kidding me? Ban trans from military, made it possible for your job and insurance to discriminate based on gender expression. Do Google search. No, but what I would say about that is, okay, so when people say stuff like that, when Trump banned the military and trans from military, why do people think that he makes these rules, that he makes that specific rule? Because somebody in the administration who's working within the administration has that within a policy. I know he was the first person to hire someone who was a homosexual, and it was 5 people actually. Barack Obama never hired anybody who was out, that had come out. That's interesting. Now all of a sudden Joe Biden's obviously doing that, but the point was Trump was doing a lot of things that were extremely liberal. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that he was not a conservative ever. He was a liberal his entire life. He was a Democrat. His entire life is Democrat. If you go and look at all of his accomplishments, you'd be like, yeah, that's a pretty liberal thing he did. You know, like I actually want to do something I've never done before. I think this is interesting because nobody ever wants to talk about this. But let's just say, what accomplishments did this guy actually have? Because nobody ever talked about them. They always told you about the crap. Oh, he called this person. He's talking about MS and whatever 13. And they're like, oh, he called every Mexican. I'm like, no, he didn't. I watched the full interview. You guys didn't. They show a really great clipped up thing where they say one thing and another thing. It makes him look like a horrible human being. But he didn't say any of those things the way it's the context is not there. Only in that clip does it seem like the context is there. So anyway, let's see if we could pull this up real quick. DJT, Donald J. Trump's accomplishments. Because I thought some of these things I was reading on, this is during the election because I was trying to figure things out. And I just couldn't believe some of the things that were done. And like I said, like him or not, I'm talking about America here. I'm talking about the future of our country. And no matter how you slice it, the guy who's in office right now is the worst president in history. He's terrible. And he's weak and he's being pushed around. He doesn't even know what's going on a lot of times because I think he's trying to figure out, you know, and I feel bad. I feel bad for him. I really do. I really want he should not be doing what he should not be there. And somebody else should be doing it. I don't think she should be. I think somebody needs to be doing it who knows how to handle Vladimir Putin. And, you know, he was there. You guys just didn't want to give him 4 more years to continue kicking friggin' butt for this country. Yeah, I don't like what he says. Okay, shut the freaking TV off. Enjoy the paycheck you get. Enjoy the extra money you're getting. Enjoy the fact that you're paying $2.20 a gallon for gas and that he's the one opening up pipelines so our country does better. And Joe Biden just proved to us by saying he's shutting down the Russian pipelines because it hurts Russia that he knowingly hurt America by shutting down our pipeline. Thank you for, in the long run, showing your truth, Joe Biden. And that one is his decision because he signed an executive order to shut down the Keystone Pipeline. He also came out last week during the State of the Union and had 5 minutes huffing and puffing about insulin. I find it interesting that one of his first executive orders was to stop the insulin price that Trump had gotten it down to $30 per month for insulin. The first day that Joe Biden was in office, executive order, and then he comes here and he starts talking, we got to get insulin prices. But yeah, you had it, you friggin' jerk. All you had to do is not have 29 executive orders your first day in office. But everything had to be stopped. He also went back to do some sort of border law that Trump had, that when Trump did it, he was racist, xenophobe, bigot. Biden does it. Good job, Joe. They even said that's exactly the same thing as Trump did, but with a couple minor changes. No one freaking cared. The media doesn't give a crap. When Trump did it, he's a racist, he's a xenophobe, he's a bigot, he doesn't want anybody in America. It's like this freaking narrative. I can't stand the narrative. Why can't people read through it, see through it, go to a different station? Don't tune into CNN. That's why they have 700,000 people tuning in a night. Nobody freaking cares about liars. And if they're tuning in now still, they are really too far gone, guys. You can't speak to them anymore. You have conversations with people? Nope. They just block you. It's unreal. No one will have a conversation 2022. A mutual appreciation of each other's beliefs, each other's opinions. Why can't we have that in 2022? I don't agree with you, but I respect the fact that you're able to speak words out of your mouth. No. Those are the words I don't like. You can't tell anybody that. You're misinformation. What? You're stupid. You're stupid. All of you people out there that think you could shut down everybody because you don't like what they're saying. I can't stand you because you think you could suppress others. And here's the crazy thing. You can. We're such a weak society now that they allow you to pull someone down because you're sensitive. And you won't allow anybody else to hear it. I can't let anybody else hear it. Pathetic. Go like this and go to the next stream. But no, you have to destroy other people's enjoyment. You think that you are so powerful and you're going to just block. Just freaking scroll. Stop being that guy, Karen. All right?
I think it's funny. People thought Karen had people to do with conservatives. Like, are you kidding me? Karens are people like that. You can't say that. You can't say that on the air. I don't like that. I'm going to rock this show. I'm knocking this show off the air because he's saying things that are going to be hurtful. Hurtful to who? Your sensitive, silly behaving self? Because I'm sitting here seeing it. And I hope you're not one of those people. You got to learn to hear things and let it in one ear and out the other and allow people to have their opinions and be okay with it. We're living in a time where everybody wants to shut it down if it doesn't say the same thing as freaking CNN does. And by the way, I think we've proven by the 700,000 people that tune in, everything CNN says is a friggin' lie. Oh, no, let's keep toning in there. Let's block everybody else who says something different. From Stetzer, or whatever the frick the guy's name is. Ugh. What are we dealing with here? It's insanity is what it is. That's why my last album is in the Twilight Zone, because we are friggin' there, guys. There's no way to slice it. We're in the Twilight Zone. There's cameras everywhere. We're friggin' Truman showing it. Right? I'm just saying. It feels like it to me. Next story on the list, Joanne. That's a heck of a rant for you, Joanne, tonight. Well, you're back there wheezing it up. They're trying to listen to the rant, and you're wheezing. 20 most outlandish lines from Donald J. Trump's letter to Lester Holt. Oh, I can't say, Joanne, you gave me a non-scrollable story again. I'm trying to do it, and you're giving me a non-scrollable. I can't even read it. There's nothing to read now. Oh, is there a story here?
Former Attorney General Bill Barr is peddling his new book. He has chosen NBC News for his first sit-down, and I'll play you a clip where he talks about trying to talk sense to former President Trump.
Get it out, lady.
And I told him that all this stuff was bull and about election fraud. And, it was wrong to be shoveling it out the way his team was. And he started asking me about different theories, and I had the answers. I was able to tell him this is wrong because of this.
You're trying to set him straight.
Yes. And he listened. He was obviously getting very angry about this. I said, okay, well, look, I understand you're upset with me, and I'm perfectly happy to tender my resignation. And then, boom!
He slaps the desk.
He slapped the desk, and he said,
Are you kidding
accepted.
me? Accepted. I'm not going to let you stay for another minute, Attorney Bill Barr. Are you kidding me? Winning big league. I'm going to take your acceptance letter. I'm going to give it to Melania. She's going to send it to Slovenia. They're going to burn it by the candlelight.
What? Melania? Guys, look at this. Did you hear about this? In Russia, currently, Joanne, it'll be difficult. They're saying very difficult to get detained U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner out of Russia. Let's see what CNN has to say about this. The Constant Negativity News Network came through with this one. For days, families and friends have been clamoring for the release of two-time Olympic champion Brittany Griner, and she's been detained in Russia on drug charges, Joanne. She was drugging it up. Look, maybe she shouldn't have been out there coking it up on the streets of Moscow. Just saying, Now, hundreds of strangers have joined the effort as U.S.-Russian tensions escalate amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Griner, 31, is a championship-winning player with the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury. It spends her off seasons playing for the Russian team UMMC Ekaterinburg. We could have done better with that one, Joanne. Yeah, UMC, friggin' A, Joanne, you keep messing it up on me. UMMC Ekaterinburg. Nailed it. The Russian Federal Customs Service said on American and Shepardotevera Airport, decent on that one, was carrying hash oil. Ooh, and Russia's Interfax news agency quoted a statement from the Customs Service, which did not identify the traveler by name. As a U.S. citizen was passing through the Green Channel of Sheremetyevo Airport, upon arriving from New York, a working dog from Sheremetyevo Customs Canine Department detected the possible resonance of narcotic substances in accompanying luggage is a hash oil, Joseanne. They call her Joseanne there, in Russia. The customs inspection hand luggage was basically confirmed and determined the liquid was cannabis oil, which is a narcotic substance, is what they're saying these days, Joanne. The customs agency said the arrest happened in February, but the exact date was not given. February? Joanne, she's been there for a few weeks. Her whereabouts since the arrest also remain uncertain. They got her in the gulag? Joanne, they're gulagging her. What are we doing? You're trying to do a thing. She's there in the gulag. And she's like tall, too. She's got a hard time fitting in that cell. A member of the U.S. Armed Services Committee said it's going to be very difficult to get Grinner out of Russia. Our diplomatic relationships with Russia are non-existent at this moment, Democratic Republican or Representative John Garamendi of California told CNN on Monday. Perhaps during the various negotiations that may take place, she may be able to be one of the solutions. I don't know. When they say I don't know at the end, no good. That means she's a goner. Unless that somebody's doing a little aside Liam Neeson thing. Justin Trudeau shows up together. My daughter, I have a special set of skills. I'm the PM of Canada. Oh, you are Liam Neeson? It's my son. I think it's Liam Neeson. His son's definitely Justin Trudeau. But I saw this little side. You'll see this in a few minutes. There's a Castro thing going on. Anyway, guys, Biden's administration is working to try to get Grinner out of Russia. Members of Congressional Black Caucus said on a meeting with President Sleepy Poopy Pants Joe Biden after he took his triple diaper off and replaced it with a double diaper. In the afternoon, he's feeling a little more confident. The best news we got today was that we know about it, and she's on the agenda, Republican Sheila Jackson Lee said, who represents Grinner's hometown of Houston, Texas. Noting a potential 10-year sentence for Grinner, Jackson Lee added, we know about the Brittany Grinner, and we know that we have to move on her situation. What is the situation? She freaking took drugs. She's up for a 10-year sentence. That's on her. She's in Russia. You can go there, Russia, partying it up, doing a freaking, lines in the Moscow streets. Moscow nights? Just saying. You should have thought about that where you're doing Moscow night lights, no Moscow lines. Researchers uncover how the human brain separates, stores, and retrieves memories. Joanne, this is a good one for you because you still don't know how to get back to your house. Partially because she can't get out of here with the humongocarditis. Researchers have identified two types of cells in our brains that are involved in organizing discrete memories based on when they occurred. The finding improves our understanding of how the human brain forms memories and could have implications in memory disorders such as Alzheimer's disease. The study was supported by the National Institutions of Health brain research through advancing in Joanne, stop scrolling teleprompter style. I'm trying to read. This is a long one. I got to actually take a breath on this one. The study was supported by the National Institutes of Health's brain research through advancing innovative neurotechnologies brain initiative. I nailed that one, Joanne. Actually, they call it brain because it's a BRAIN, but there's a T in the middle. But they do a brain initiative, Joanne. I should have gone acronym because that was a lot. This work is transformative in how the researchers studied the way the human brain thinks, says Jim Nat. Joanne, that's quite a way to spell your name. You think he would have changed it at some point? That's... how are you spelling that, Nat? GNADT. Yeah, can you also set my alarm before you leave? No, I don't work for ADT. What do you mean? You say you're GNADT. Are you're like the guy who comes by and puts in an ADT system? No, I'm Jim Nat. Oh, okay. It brings the human neuroscience approach used previously in non-human primates and rodents. Guys, I'm done with this, okay? They figured out how to map the way you think. Good for you, good for me. I don't know how that helps us, but it's there. Next story on the list, Joanne, what do we got?
Trump calls for a U.S. to put
Former President Trump is
Here we go.
claiming Russia and China seized helicopters abandoned by the U.S. military in Afghanistan and are stealing their secrets. Reports say the claims are being made with no evidence.
Of course, everything he says has no evidence, right? Until it becomes something that there's evidence for. Guys, listen to this.
Donald J. Trump calls for U.S. to put Chinese flags on fighter jets and bomb the friggin' hell out of them. We're bombing the hell out of Russia. That's what I'm talking, winning big league. I'm there, look up with Melania, don't look at the gold toilet with your gaze. You start gazing at the gold toilet, smelting it, it's all over the floor. I don't want raw gold. I want a gold toilet, Melania.
In a bizarre speech, former President Donald J. Trump suggested a novel solution to the crisis in Ukraine.
Putting Chinese flags on U.S. fighters and sending them to bomb the friggin' hell out of them. That's what I say you do. Are you kidding me?
Jim, my brother, thank you so much for your Venmo, my pal. I love you, bud. Guys, Jim knows the way to do so. Maybe he could put it on the screen for you so you know. If you want to support the program, you could do that through Venmo. We're going to do something actually too, like maybe one night this week, a Venmo or PayPal. Whoever donates the most that night will get, like you pick your 2 favorite CDs and I'll print them, sign them, send them off to you. Something like that. And also a conversation on the show or something cool like that, or maybe a face swap. Maybe you could call it, say, I want a face swap. I'll do that, or a song. I'll write a song for you. Whatever it is, we're going to do something, whoever the highest bid is that day, or highest, I'll probably do something for everybody anyway, like a family jam. Anyway, guys, the bizarre speech from the Trumper suggested you go out there and you friggin' bomb the hell out of them. Not a bad idea from the Trumper.
Are you kidding me? That was my idea. He took it from me. Dr. Evil, are you kidding me? You came out of nowhere. You're going to try to take the credit for my idea? I'm winning big league. I'm there. Of course you're winning big league, Donald. I'm going to play my episode. We're going to put my episode, Dr. Evil, taking over the planet. I'm going to take you down, Donald. Oh, really, Dr. Evil? Do me a favor. Hold this for me. What's that?
I hung up on him. That's what I do. I'm Dr. Evil. I hang up on him every time. He's always pissed off. Are you freaking kidding me? He hung up on me again, number 2. Freaking hell. I'm Dr. Freaking Evil. Are you kidding me? Where's Scott when I need him? I'm trying to find Scott Evil.
Are you kidding me? Excuse me. Excuse me for a minute. Dr. Evil, I'm here, winning big league. I understand you have Sleeps Over Joe on the phone as well.
Huh? What's going on? I'm on the phone with Donald J. Trump. Donald, look, it's Joe Biden. My Aunt Judy told me I should get on the phone with you and tell you you did a heck of a job. You did a heck of a job when you were a president of the United States. And now I'm taking over it. I'm taking over and I'm destroying it. One day at a time. One executive order at a time.
Are you kidding me, Sleepy Poo? Are you kidding me? I'm winning big league. I'm here at Mar-a-Lago, playing golf every day. Barron is 9'2". He's catching up to Dr. Wayne Doppler. tallest kid alive, really. He's like a freaking giraffe. Yeah, he can't walk through doors anymore. He walks through them. Yeah, like the freaking framing. No, Barron, you have to duck. You're at the ducking stage, son. Yeah, you're 7'9".
Freaking Manute Bol Trump, Sometimes you're dealing with a Manute Bol Trump deal, What's that? No, Joanne. Joanne said she kind of likes, Donald Trump, and she's wondering if he's going to be single. I said, no, he's got Melania still. Joanne, you know that Melania's got the gaze, and when she gazes, she could put holes through things. That gaze of hers is serious. And there's a chance, when she looks at the gold toilet that it could become a smelter deal. And she smelled it. She dealt it. Trumper's upset. He has a sign on the door. No Slovenians. He put that out there, not being rude. He didn't say, no, Melania, you can't come in here. He just put no Slovenians. So she could walk by and be like, oh, I'm a Slovenian. I can't go in. She knows it's not for her, But if he put like, Melania Trump, you can't come in here because it's a gold toilet and you're going to freaking smelt it, then that would be a problem. And then they could have, marital issues. But remember, Dr. Akababo was the one who can save you from that. If you guys didn't see Dr. Akababo, I think I put that up here. I'm not sure. I'm going to put it up and show you real quick. The bottom line is I got some really marital issues. I got some great advice. But remember, Dr. Akababo I got some really great advice. I'm going to share it with you right now. This one was something like, you don't want to ever forget moments like this when you're just trying to do it, right? And somebody comes out of the blue and they share the information that could change your life. That's really what this is here. So I'm going to share it with you. I just wanted to thank you for your comment. And also, I'm really privileged to learn about Dr. Pablo. Anybody who's able to restore your marriage like the transmission on a 57 Chevy needs to be completely appreciated. Sure. I will totally be calling Dr. Pablo in order to get his treatment to be restored. I want it restored, and I need my headlights also to be cleaned. Needed my headlights cleaned as well, just so you know. The other one was kind of funny. Is I had a call. I just wanted to hold on. No, I'm not. I had a call from not a call. I put a little note on Patrick Bet-David. Patrick Bet-David, I love. He's a motivational guy. I just wanted to thank you for your comment. Self-made, started from nothing and worked himself up to being, I think he's a billionaire or close to it. But he's a hustler. And so I just sent a comment to when I'd love to interview him. So I said hey, I'd love to interview you. And I said a little something about been live for 1,163 days in a row. Maybe you'd be interested in a guy who's live every single day for the last 3+ years and going to do it every day forever, and I don't know. I feel like somebody would be like, what the frig is going on with this guy? He shows up, people are suppressed in some sense, but he shows up every day. Why? I want to talk to this guy who's live every day forever. So I put this message up there and I get a message the next day from Patrick Bet-David. Check this out. Guys, I cannot believe I got this response back from Patrick Bet-David. This is unbelievable. He's offering me personal financial advice. Personal. Pat, I got to tell you, I knew it was you immediately because you used that ransom letter, format. The ransom letter format. When you see them do the ransom letter format, TikTok style, I got a comment from Patrick Bet-David with 2 Ks. A very strange day is coming to America. Patrick Bet-David with 2 Cs. Oh, okay. Oh, hit me up on WhatsApp. Oh, Patrick, I can't wait to hit you up on WhatsApp. What am I doing? Oh, I'm doing ransom letters? Okay. One dash, where did they get the crayons 2? I don't even know. They pasted it in there like a 7. So that's what I've been doing now. Is if you're here, I love you guys here on TikTok. Leave some comments and I will do a video to you and it will be funny like that. And they're all here. You can see those. I drop a lot of stuff here on TikTok, but they don't really share it to a lot of people. So I don't know if anything is very funny. I just have a lot of fun and do silly things there. I want to share something. This is one of my favorite moments, guys. I popped this on earlier. It's a short. Okay. And the reason I want to share, guys, I cannot believe I got this response back from Patrick Bet-David. I cannot believe it. So I dropped this earlier today, guys, and I think it's one of the funniest things. Just the concept. I want to share something with you. This show is totally live in the moment. There's no script. So whenever some sort of weird intuition hits me, I roll with it. And right when I'm taking my first attempt at a sip of my smoothie, I couldn't get the straw. I freaking missed the straw with my mouth because I was looking at the screen. And then by the second time of doing it, I missed it. And then all of a sudden, all comedy's coming, where I'm thinking, okay, boy, there's a bit where I just can't get my mouth on this freaking straw. And that's the comedy bit. And you have to head over to YouTube to see this. So please do that. Go click the link. It's right in the bio. It's free. And the family's over there. It's a good place to be. We're here every single night. And there's nothing but love in the chat. And, I did get into a rant earlier that does happen. Usually once a show or every other show, something like that. But in the end, my intention here is to pour positivity and light out into this world and hopefully affect a positive change one person at a time. And if you're that person today, I welcome you to this family. We are here every single day of the year. Don't forget it. Set your calendar to it. Hit our Telegram up so you make sure you get all the notifications when I drop shorts, when I drop full clips. We do it multiple times a day, and I'm live every single day for 2+ hours. And you could set your watch to it. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, I'll be here for 2 hours. And we've been doing that for 3 years. And I have 3 kids and a wife. It's not like I'm doing this because I'm some guy, some losers. Not saying this. I'm just saying, I have nothing else going on in my life and I could sit and go live for 3 hours a day. I'm a real estate agent by day and I'm a Renaissance man at night. And that's basically what it is. I'm married with 3 kids. They're asleep now. And that's why I come on at night. Yardbird doesn't remember any rant. Must be the Mandela effect. I think you could be right, buddy. So this right here, guys, it's more of a visual, but it is live here on my TikTok. If you're not able to see it, it's my latest video that I dropped on TikTok, and it's called, Do You Like Smoothies? What the heck? Oh. Do you like smoothies? This should have, I like smoothies. And we're doing something new called the Stein Schmoothie.
Joanne, why'd you give me the crap straw? I can't get my mouth on it. Joanne, give me a freaking smoothie stein. Why can't I can't get it to work? Where's Matt Zabrowski when you need him? You know? Ah! Joanne!
That's the best bit at the very end. I used my hand to try to get the straw, and I pushed it away at the very end with my tongue or something like that. It was the bad. The song ends right there at the cue. Oh man, I'll tell you that. To me, that's probably one of the best pieces of classic comedy. You know, like we don't see stuff like that anymore, where a guy's doing physical comedy with like a prop, but it's more like animated faces and just about the concept of not being able to get a straw in my mouth, the magnetic, reverse polarized magnetic straw, you know? The best part is at the end, I still give Joanne the credit for trolling me. I'm like, you got me, Joanne. Good job. Got me again, you know? But I think that's probably one of the funniest bits, and that's the type of bit that should go viral. And I think it has 45 views. But on TikTok, that's the type of thing that should go viral. But I filled out a survey earlier today because they were like, oh, is TikTok helping your business? I'm like, no, I put content out 4 to 6 times a day and I never get more than 200 views, like for like anything. And some of the stuff is so funny. It's just like, if you don't share it with a couple thousand people, no one's going to see it. And they never share anything with a couple thousand people. And that's weird because I'll see people with less followers than me that have some clips, some bits that get 15, 30, 100,000, a million views. And I'm like, so I was like, you guys can shut off the shadow ban. I don't talk politics anymore. I mean, a little tonight I was talking, but I don't talk politics anymore. I'm just trying to entertain the world. I don't swear. And I'm an impressionist. Allow satire to breathe, 2022, you know? And hopefully they'll allow some of these clips to go. But I think it's going to require some people who are on TikTok to start watching and sharing these clips and not just watching. Because I notice what people will watch, the ones that do watch, more people have to like it, more people have to share it. And that's the bottom line. So maybe it's not the right content for TikTok, but honestly, watching a guy trying to get a straw in his mouth in a freaking smoothie stein, that's the type of stuff I want to be watching. I'm just saying, right? Next story on the list, Joanne, what do we got over here? Half of Americans exposed to IQ lowering levels of lead growing up. Wow, Joanne, half of Americans is exposed to IQ lowering levels. You were probably one of those people, Joanne. Over 170 million Americans were exposed to high amounts of lead as children, researchers say, enough to affect their cognition in later life. Joanne, definitely you. No, I'm not trying to be rude, Joanne. I'm not trying to be rude, but you're there with the freaking cabinet every day. You're wheezing it up. You know I can't stand the wheezing when you're doing it on purpose, you know? And they're saying it, you know, hold on. Oh yeah, look, especially if your name is Joanne Soros. Your father didn't tell you that before he disowned you and at the cradle left out at the cradle. We had to find her through Maury Povich. I'm out there doing it. And when it comes to George Soros and Joanne, you are the father. Freaking people went crazy. You gotta find that episode. It's back on YouTube. YouTube it. Maury Povich came in that day. You guys remember? Probably one of the best episodes ever when Maury was kicking it with us, you know. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, you should thank me later. You know, I got you that payday because at first George thought he was getting away with it and he was just going to kick you to the curb. You know, he didn't like her wheeze either from birth. He was just like, I don't want this one. Soros. You know, he's George Sorable, if you wanted to know his nickname. He also, Jabba the Hutt. He played Jabba the Hutt. The only typecast character in the movie, actually. Everybody else, they were like, maybe they'll work. And they worked. They wound up working out. And Billy D. Williams, of course. But, you know, Jabba the Hutt, they were like, freaking Soros. Just lay him down. Dropping grapes into Soros's mouth. He wanted 10% of the back end. That's why he's rich. Just so you know, that's how it happened. Oh, he's such a smart financial executive. Right. He was smart to ask for a back end deal on Star Wars. That's what it came down to. And when he hit it again, he's like, I want 10% also when I play Palpatine. My bookie. That was what the, you know, when he's doing a, Soros was doing Jabba the Hutt. He's there. Han Solo comes in. Han, my bookie. I'm like, oh, it's freaking Soros. There we go. Fast forward, 15 years later, Senator Palpatine. Oh, it's George Soros again. He's back, part 2. You know, sometimes when Soros does his thing, you know, the world just kind of gets sick for the night. And then they wake up the next day, they're like, was that a really bad dream? Twilight Zone. Guys, people don't realize we're in the freaking Twilight Zone. Heavy exposure to lead can cause serious and sometimes fatal organ damage, including killing off brain cells. But what became clear in the 1970s is that there's no such safe level of lead exposure. And even exposure to low but chronic levels of lead can still be dangerous, especially to developing brains of children. Aside from cognitive loss, other research has suggested that the lead can affect people's behavior, and there is even some evidence that the higher exposure in past decades may have increased crime rates on a national level. This guy's playing Animal Crossings over here. You're doing it, huh, buddy? Many countries, including the U.S., began to phase out the lead from gasoline and other common products soon after. But it would take up until the mid-90s before leaded gasoline to be fully banned locally, and up to last year for it to be banned worldwide. Wow. During those years, the authors of this new study conclude plenty of American kids were being poisoned by lead. Holy freaking cow, guys. Go get yourself checked, Joanne. And anybody else out there, you're feeling it? You're feeling like something's off? It's probably lead poisoning. They said everybody's got it. Half the country, Joanne. And everybody else, half of the other country, plus Joanne. They're all doing it. Joanne, how you doing back there? You all right? She's wheezing it up. I think that's where the wheeze came from. Lead poisoning. You know, Joanne, I'm a real estate agent. We have a disclosure form for lead. You got to sign it before you buy a property. If you don't sign that lead disclosure, we can't even freaking close the property. That's how big a deal it is about lead now, okay? But homes prior to 79, that's it. Nothing beyond. You go 79 or over, you don't even need to sign that form, Joanne. You don't need it. You don't need a lead disclosure. You know, it's in a house from 84. Okay, good. So you're good to go. You're good to go. Sometimes you do it anyway, just to be, you know, you just want to cross the T's, dot the I's. Well, I'll put a freaking lead disclosure in there anyway. There's no lead. I think I can prove it. How? House from 84. Sometimes you're doing it. Guys, historical data on how much lead Americans were exposed to as children based on population surveys, as well as data on the levels of leaded gasoline used throughout the country over the years. Lead in gasoline becomes aerosolized, and it's breathed in through car exhaust, and it could also contaminate the surrounding soil and environment. So great, the vegetables as well. Guys, when you do the vegetables, leaded. We got leaded vegetables. Oh, how's that? How are those strawberries? You mean the leaded strawberries? I was going to get unleaded strawberries, but I just decided to go leaded. Why'd you go leaded? It's just the way nature is working these days. We're going lead. You want to go unleaded? Joanne! They want to go unleaded strawberries. No. I know. Joanne said, yeah, go time machine it. Joanne. Sometimes she's funny. Sometimes Joanne makes me laugh when she says stuff like that. Oh, why don't you time machine it then? You go back and you find it, you know, when it was unleaded. Because now we're only doing lead. Only leaded everywhere you go. Overall, the estimated childhood lead exposure in the U.S. resulted in a collected drop of 824 million IQ points. or almost 3 points on every person that exists. This drop was even worse for people around the mid to late 1960s. The authors estimated that they may have lost up to 6 IQ points. Joanne, that's double, in case you were wondering. Those with the highest lead levels may have lost up to 7 points, they estimated. Double plus 1, Joanne, in case you're trying to write it down. No, here. There you go. She just needs to write it down. I frankly was shocked, said Michael McFarland, a sociologist at Duke University. He said in a statement from the university, "And when I look at the numbers, I'm still shocked even though I'm prepared for it." That's exactly what he sounded like, Joanne. Totally. Though much has been done to reduce the presence of lead in our environment. And that's why he talked like that, because he was leaded. He was not unleaded. He was freaking dealing with a leaded. You know, that was a leaded Michael McFarland. You want to hear like an unleaded Michael McFarland? Joanne, really? Joanne wants me to do an unleaded Michael McFarland. Unreal, Joanne. I frankly was shocked, study author Michael McFarland, a sociologist at Duke University, said in a statement from the university. And when I look at the numbers, I'm still shocked, even though I'm prepared for it. Though much has been done to reduce the presence of lead in our environment, lead exposure remains a pressing public issue. Even today, many drinking water supplies across the U.S. continue to be laced with lead, a problem most infamously exemplified by the Flint water crisis of 2014, Joanne. I know you were drinking from the freaking lake at that time. She was in Flint. She was swimming. They were having a hippo, exhibit, and she was there in the water helping out. Because sometimes she would do like a fill in. Oh, look, we need the hippo to go to, to take a rest. Okay, Joanne does the scene. They throw a little over the top of her, throw some dirt on top. She's good to go. Humongocarditis. The worldwide problem is even worse, though, than Flint. Just like you got to check it out how much worse it is. It's estimated that lead contamination contributed to as many as 900,000 deaths in 2019, including from causes like heart disease and strokes. That's a serious amount of deaths, Joanne. What? No, Joanne, I don't think that's going to happen to you. Your wheeze seems to have been from birth or something. It's likely that the ramifications of lead poisoning will follow people decades down the road as well, said researchers. They plan to study how lead exposure in childhood may affect people's brains in their older years, since previous research has suggested that lead can prematurely age the brain. And they also hope that the study to disproportionate effect the lead has on the... Joanne, can you stop with this scrolling? This is a tough part. You got some long words here, and you're doing a teleprompter. She's so rude with that teleprompter. What's that? No, Joanne, we know you're doing your best. Yes, and with the wheeze. Now I'm lost, Joanne. You got me on the wheeze now. Now I can't stop hearing it. Right, guys? It's so freaking loud. And they also hope to study the disproportionate effect that lead has had on different groups of Americans, such as black children, who are still more likely to be exposed to higher lead levels growing up than others. Millions of us are walking around with a history of lead exposure, said study author Aaron Rubin, a PhD candidate in clinical psychology at Duke University. It's not like you got into a car accident and had a rotator cuff and tearing it heals and then you're fine, right? It's like it depends. Why is he English, Joanne? He's not freaking English. He's from Duke University. His name's Aaron Rubin. No, I know, Joanne. We'll try it again. But this time we'll do it maybe with like not as much attitude. You know what I mean? Yep, yes, yep. Millions of us are walking around with a history of lead exposure, said study author Aaron Rubin, a PhD candidate in clinical psychology at Duke University. It's not like you got into a car accident and had a rotator cuff tear that heals and then you're fine. It appears to be an insult carried in the body in different ways that we're still trying to understand, but that can have implications for life. Joanne. I guess that's the end of the freaking story on that one. Joanne, what's the last story of the day? We got 2. Joanne, 2? What the freak? I thought we were going to do one more. I got music coming. I want to play some music. All right, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Queen hosts Justin Trudeau Castro, Liam Neeson. First in-person engagement since her COVID diagnosis. She had the cove. Now she's fine, right? We're going to just have a little one-on-one here. Ready? Madam Queen, it's me, Justin Trudeau Castro Neeson. My daughter has a specific set of skills. We're going to shut down Canada and make sure everybody gets a bugaboo. And if you don't, we're going to take your freedom away. And then what she says back, I don't know how the Queen sounds, but she probably sounds like that, right? Maybe. I don't know. But Trudeau? That's freaking dead on what Trudeau sounds like, right? My fellow Canadians, my name is Justin Trudeau. I know to have a bad time and bring a country to its knees and to destroy it. My mother said that Fidel Castro was the sexiest man she'd ever met. And I just happened to look exactly freaking like him in this picture. Look at that profile right there. Wouldn't you say that's freaking Fidel with lighter skin just saying hi to the Queen of England? I think so too. My daughter. Freaking daughter. You know what I mean? He's doing it. You got to go over and see. You're YouTubing it. That's what's going on. You know, you get a Trudeau and you want to say Trudeau. No, Trudeau. You don't ever do that when you're coming out there looking like Castro like that. There's not much to scroll on. We just do an impression of Trudeau and we move on. Last story of the day. Joanne, what the frig is this? The Big Bang didn't need God to start universe, researchers say. Well, what the frig does that mean? Because God is the beginning of all. God is. So you telling me he doesn't? I can't wait to read this stupid scientific paper. Joanne, this is from 2012. This is from 2012. Barack Obama was still president. He was just about to start a second term when this came out. I'm not reading this story. I'm sorry. There's no bearing to this being factual anymore. Sorry, guys. God absolutely had everything to do with that Big Bang. Without God, there's no bang. All right. He was banging it out. Okay. You can't have a Big Bang if you don't get banged out by God. He's there in the universe. He's just like, you know what? There's a lot of space here. Let me bang it out. He's just doing it, right? All of a sudden, you're bing, biggity, booing it. There's freaking planets everywhere and stars. It's because of God banging biggity. You know, he's doing it. God behind it. And just like, I'm freaking getting on my bang on, you know? You know, sometimes people question why. Why would you do it? Why are you doing it and taking the 7th day off? You just felt like it. You know, he got a lot of banging in on 6 days. You know, he's out there banging this into this position. Now he's like a Home Depot commercial. Dropping that. Oh, look at that. You know? Before you know it, it's the biggest of bangs, you know? The whole world becomes. But it's because of, you know, he banged it out. You can't not give credit where credit's due. You know what I mean? Like, okay, there's nothing there. All of a sudden, freaking banging it out. God's banging it out. He's doing it. You know, everybody's around. Oh, God, good. Look what God did. Banged it out. Big banging it. What's that, No, Joanne. I know. No, I could probably do another 9 minutes on it. I get it, you know. Joanne's like, you could probably do another 9 minutes on this one, Mark. Yeah. You know, sometimes people get a little frustrated because they just want to understand how it all started. Like, what happened? How did it begin? How could it have just been nothing? And then it's just like a big bang. Obviously, you don't understand God. You see, God is. And when God says, I'm gonna freaking bang it out, he bangs it out. You know, all of a sudden he's doing a dice. He feels like dicing it. Huh. Bang, bangity boo. Oh, I go a bang a day. I'm doing a freaking bangity boogity boo. I'm banging it out. I got a couple planets over there. I'm putting a solar system over there. I'm going to do like the freaking galaxy right there. I'm doing a galaxy. Yeah.
I'm gonna bang that freaking thing over there. Oh yeah, I'm banging that out. Oh, what are we doing? I'm gonna freaking bang you out. She's looking good over there. That planet over there is looking pretty freaking good. I think I'm gonna bang it out. When God does it, because he can do whatever he wants, you know, laying out the everything. It's all here because of a bang out process. Oh, the Big Bang. The Big Bang? You mean the Big Bangs? Freaking banging it out for 6 days. 7th day, I'm going to take a freaking rest. I'm taking a rest. I don't feel like going and banging it out anymore. What? You can't take a day off? All right. I've been live 1,162 days in a row. All right. You go bang it out and take the 7th day off. I'll be here on day 7. Just trying to provide a positive message for your people, for your children. You know, that's what we're here to do. You're banging it out. I get it. I'm not stepping on your toes. That's some, I get it. I know what you're doing. No, yeah, Joanne's dead on again. She goes, okay, I think that's enough, Mark. I think you're right, Joanne. Sometimes when you're in the middle of it and then Joanne just is speaking truth, she's getting you, she's nailing you. You have to realize that. You have to realize Joanne's sometimes wise. No, Joanne, I wasn't talking about the issue you have with your thighs and that you can't get out of the chair. She sometimes has an issue hearing. No, Joanne. I don't like your earrings. She's like, you like my earrings? No. I said, you have a problem with your hearing. You said, you like my earrings? No. In fact, I freaking hate them. Those are like the worst earrings I've ever seen in my life. Right, guys? You saw them. It's like when you're doing it and all you're getting is a Joanne wheezing and wearing those earrings and then thinking that I liked them. No, I'm sorry, Joanne. Maybe next time you should consult me before you decide to throw some earrings on to be in the background during the show, Nobody wants to hear you or see those earrings, so let's keep you in the background, okay, for the night. Forever. Joanne, someone said the other day, when are we going to meet Joanne? I'm sorry, you can't. The camera would crack. I can't afford to buy. This is a free program. Okay. I am a real estate agent. That's how I make my money. I come out here. I'm doing this for the goodness of mankind, but when Joanne comes out here and she cracks the camera and I got to buy a new camera because not just the lens, but the mirror inside the refractor inside of the camera, it breaks. It's happened 4 times now. Like I can't buy it for a 5th time, guys, Jim, I know, but it's what Joanne appreciates. The one thing is when you're George Soros's daughter, the one thing you're accustomed to is being treated the way that George Soros treats his children. And I got a conversation, it was told to me on the side from George Soros, Mark, you better give it to my daughter, Joanne. And he didn't mean in the other way. He meant like go after her on a daily basis. And I told him, he had a chuckle when I told him that I'm paying her doll hair. Because she thought that I said I'd pay her $500 an episode, but I said $500 an episode. You guys could barely catch it too. When you're a celebrity impressionist and you can kind of tie the words and the tones together, and you say dollar or dollar at the same time, you're like, I think he said dollar. She didn't even read the freaking contract. She did the blood oath. She did everything, and she realized afterwards she's getting paid $500 an episode, and that was a funny episode. Guys, remember that? You guys remember when she found out that it wasn't dollars? She's like, I can't wait to get my first check. She's like, what's this envelope? It's like, that's your freaking pay. She opens it up. Doll hair everywhere. It was a tough day for her. And she realized that she signed a lifetime deal, lifetime contract. Blood oath. And she's dealing with it. She's got the doll hair. Every once in a while, she'll get upset at me and she throws it at me. She thinks that she can hit me, but I've been trained by Bruce Lee. So, there's a lot you guys are going to learn about this show. If you're getting here for the first time, you should follow and remember this is live every day forever. But
I'm also from the year 2769. My name is Future Mark, and I've seen it all. I've done it all, and I've been everybody from history. Going back through time, I don't have to go through everybody, but I will. Marxists. I parted the Red Sea. I brought my people through, the trial tribulations, Mount Sinai. I did the 10 Commandments, came back down the hill. Marxists, you're amazing. Then they gave it to a guy named Moses. Mandela is another thing that you'll talk about later. You could really pick out anybody in history and you'd be like, oh, yeah, you weren't this guy. And I'd be like, yeah, I was. Abraham Mark Lincoln. I did the Emancipation Proclamation of 1863. I stopped slavery. I thank you. You're welcome, Mark. The other thing that was a very, very powerful time in history is when I painted the Sistine Chapel as Michelangelo. I was up there on the scaffolds doing it. So just don't forget, these things all happened. Okay? And we're here now. We're doing it 2022 style. And I think I wasn't JP. No, that's true. I was basically all people in history that have done massive things in order to change the future as we know it today. Benjamin Mark Franklin, that was a good one. When I was there and I held the kite and I figured out that electricity existed, Benjamin Mark. A lot of times I was doing things, I was doing it for mankind. I was doing it for the future, for like some people that don't know me, but one day they're going to get the benefit of it, and it's important to give back. You want to always give back. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I wasn't your father. No, I am people though also in this timeline currently right now. So she's not off in that question. When you're able to split yourself into different timelines because you're future Mark, that's a thing that most people don't realize. Anyway, guys, the most important thing is to remember that this show is live every day forever. And I'm going to play you a little music because you haven't seen any music tonight. Let's rock something out here. Let me play you something from the vault. Going into the vault, yeah, baby. I don't know what we're going to pop onto here right now, but something wild is coming at you. Okay? Let's see. And I'm going to go grab myself a bowl of cereal. You know how I like to do. Oh, the Steamroller. That's a fire tune. Oh, I talked about doing the Freedom Convoy, didn't I? You guys want to see Freedom Convoy or circle, circle, dot, dot, I got my cootie shot? I feel like we need to play that one because it's almost over now. Like they're like trying to get everybody to forget about it. So let's play it because it's on an album. You guys should check this out. It's on Spotify. You can listen for free. Hold on. Guys, there can't be 82 views for this when we have 9,000 subscribers. What the friggin' heck? Take this track right here and do your best with it, all right? Share it with somebody. Even if it's a text, give it to somebody. This song right here is hilarious, but it's also really, really poppy. It's like a pop song. It's crazy. We're going to pop it on while I go and grab a bowl of cereal. And when I come back, we're rocking a little bit more. This is called Circle, Circle, Dot, Dot. I got my cootie shot. I'll try to flip the screen for you, fam, over here on TikTok. They want to tell you the world's biggest lie. You see, most of the population just goes along for the ride. Just a few people left to stand up and carry on the fight. So you can say what you want. You can say how you feel. I got no problem with that. Circle, circle, dot, dot. I got got my cootie shot. Don't need what you're selling. Don't need what you're peddling. I'll just take my chances with the light. Circle, circle, dot, dot, say, doesn't I got my cootie shot? Third grade, got Rebecca Morrison in the schoolyard. She said, you should better run away, cause I'm gonna give you the cooties. I said, that's okay, can you give me a little circle, circle, dot, so I got the cootie shot. She says, come on over here, dear, I'm gonna give you that cootie shot. Now, I give a circle, I give a circle, I give a dot, dot, now I got the cootie shot. Holy cow, it's crazy, I got the ultimate protection in the future from the CV9. Who knew it? I knew it when I was in the schoolyard with Rebecca Morrison. She said, I give a circle, circle, dot, dot, the cootie shot. And now you're good for life, you can give me a high five. Circle, circle, dot, 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 I got my cootie shot. Got my cootie shot. If you've got your cootie shot and you get a knockaroo on the door. Oh, hi, Mr. P. I see that you haven't had your Vaxaroo. We're here to administer such a situation. Excuse me, sir. I don't see you can read, I guess, because I put a big sign on the door. I've got my freaking cootie shot. That's right, circle, circle, dot it. I had a Rebecca Morrison situation. She gave me the cootie shot, and you're gonna try to come over here and Vaxaroo? It conflicts. My cootie shot's good for life. Your Vaxaroo is good for 4 days, and then you need another shot. I'm not taking a booster every 4 days. I'm just telling you, not gonna happen, okay? So you could do a Vaxaroo. I'm gonna sit here with my cootie shots, what I'll do. Gonna hang out every night here till June. And look, I'm sitting here in September, wondering if we're gonna have a night to remember. And maybe every night we do, it's what we do. Renaissance bands gotta go for the flow, gotta go for it, man. If you don't, you're leading below the pack. You gotta take it to the top, gotta lead it to the cream of the crop. I'm just saying, I'm coming off the top of the mind, off the rhymes. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but I'm gonna pass this time with you. We gotta get through this crazy negativity that they're throwing at me and you. I'm just saying, right? And if we do it together, we can find a better world, I swear it. And I won't stop forever. We're gonna keep going, ever and ever and never gonna stop. No, cause I got that cootie shot. I got my cootie shot. Circle, circle, dot, dot, dot. I got my cootie shot. Ooh, I got my cootie shot. Circle, circle, dot, dot. I got my cootie shot. Circle, circle, dot, dot. I got my cootie shot. I got my cootie shot. Yeah, I said I got my cootie shot. Oh, whoa, whoa. Said I got my cootie shot. Don't come near me with that needle. No, I'm just going to show you the door. I ain't going to have none of it, no. Cause I'm here with my cootie shot. Yeah, I'm safe from it all. I'm gonna sit from it all. Gonna smile from ear to ear. Cause I got no fear. Yeah, I'm kicking with my cootie shot. Yeah, I'm clear from this crazy stick that you're killing us with this pandemic. I'm not gonna take it no more. I'm sick of it. So I'm cause I'll say what? I got my circle, circle, dot, dot. So you can take it cause I got that cootie shot. People asked just how effective is the cootie shot. Some people postulate it's 93%. No, I'm sorry, my friends. It's 100% cootie shot. I'm
get your cootie shot. You're feeling. You can't do a thing to me, no. With your back's to Cause if you try, I'm going to step on you. I think you're 3 feet tall. I swear you were starting Lord of the Rings. You're the Gollum who sits there with the ring and says,
My precious.
I know it's you, typecast a Foucheroo. Yeah, they got you sitting there with the moonlight on your stupid face as you look up and say,
It's my ring. And wear 67 masks.
Foucheroo, the stratosphere. Unless you got the antidote, it's clear. Billy Boy Gates, he's leading this new world order. And we're going to have to put a stop to it. You and your Moderna, I don't need that thing, yo. I don't need it at all. Cause you know I got the greatest safety net of all. Circle, circle, dot, dot. I got my cootie shot. Keeping me safe all night, all day, every day. You can do what you want to, but I'm gonna say get your cootie shot. If you can go down to a 3rd grade hall and ask if you could get your own cootie shot, I swear you'll feel much better afterwards. No, I'm gonna go to a doctor and ask a thing or two. No, you don't have to do that thing, I swear. All you gotta do is go find a little 5-year-old named Rebecca Morrison, maybe her daughter, maybe she'll be out there too, and say, look, I do a cootie shot every day, my friend. Don't be a fool. Come over here. Let me give you that protection that you need so you can be cool if the CV-19 come at you. And you can say, look, I've been protected for a long time. I got myself the cootie shot on the side. Look, I'm kicking in. It's right here. Tick-a-tick-a-doo. Tick-tock. With the circle, circle. You got the dot, dot. You got the cootie mother shot. You know what I'm saying? I got my cootie shot. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Cootie shot. I got my cootie shot. Yeah, yeah. I got my cootie shot. I got my cootie shot. I got my cootie shot.
I want to say hi to Jen from East Coast Jen. Hold on a second. Let me shut this down. Say hi to East Coast Jen over here on TikTok. Thank you so much for kicking in with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Guys, yeah, we did this again. Another 2 hours here, Renaissance Man Show. Huh? I'm going to play you one more piece of music here. This is another one off of one of my albums. They're all on Spotify. All you have to do is type Mark Pyres, and there's 170 songs from the last 2 years. Do we have enough time for this right here? I think right now we're dealing with a little something here. The world is in chaos. Here's a song I wrote for the soldiers in this world. Everybody. And anybody who believes in their country. This is a song called My Country.
We bundled our insurance with NJM and saved.
This Country of Mine is what it's called. And I tried to send this to the U.S. Army. They never responded. Tell me if I was right in trying to send it to them.
He wakes up like he does every day. But this day He's got the cold he feared most. Looks at his wife, newborn child. Says I have a gun to deploy. They need daddy to fight to keep you safe. This Christmas, while I'm away, I'll be thinking of you. I'll be standing the post and putting my heart on the line for this country of mine. Oh, it's all for you. Walked out the door and gave one more look back. Let the tears stream down my face. Get the ride down to the base. I can't stop thinking about their faces, all the lives of my life. On the plane now with all these brave souls. Oh, making the ultimate sacrifice for this country of mine, for this country of mine. For long years go by, another little guy is on 5 years old. Haven't seen so long except FaceTime. I wonder if he'll even know me when he catches my eye. I'm coming home. I'm coming home, yeah, this Christmas. I'm coming back to hold you again. Grab my last 4 years out of the trunk. I can't wait to run up and open the door and hold them and never let them go. It's Christmas time for me forever. The greatest Christmas gift is being home with you. Oh, I'll never leave you again. Of course, unless they need me to protect this land of mine, for this country of mine. Oh, it's all for you, for this country of mine, this country of mine. You know, I just thought that was a pretty song that the world, the army, anybody who's got to leave their family for
Christmas. They're not with their family on Christmas. Should hear that song. I wrote it. It's on the Christmas album. Christmas for My Country is what it's called. I got the title wrong. I'm going to quickly play you one more song. This is from my newest album called In the Twilight Zone. This is the In the Twilight Zone one. Guys, we've got 42 views on probably one of the freaking most fire songs on this album. It's the first song on the album. It's called Racing Time. And I don't even need to touch the guitar on this one because it is fire. Check it out. Yeah, check it out, got the step outside table. I intense worker. I got 11:23, gonna cast the lyric, gonna go to the 5-star restaurant. I'm gonna go get it, get a space and fries. I got a space and fries, gonna shop now. Alright, we just did this one, Didio. Hold on, Hold on, Here we go.
Seeking Alpha presents the top stocks of 2021. At number 4.
Oh, great. Thanks. Since we're in 2022, thanks for telling me the top stocks of 2021.
more song. Freaking take the guitar out, you Dumbo. Good Dumbo McGillicuddy. We almost wrote something. I just couldn't get it together. But tomorrow, we do it all over again. Don't forget that, fam and friends. Make sure you tell some peeps. Let them know we're here. We're live every day forever, bringing some positive vibes, some comedy news, a couple of rants. Just a platform for us to connect, fam and friends, and make sure you let the world know. Chris Donaldson, Trish, Yardbird, you guys rock. And over here on the talker, Jen, will you please do me a favor and hit the link in the bio, head over to YouTube and give us a follow, subscribe over there. That's where the long form stuff gets dropped on a daily basis and where I'm live every day forever. And it just looks better there here on YouTube than it does on TikTok. But I so appreciate that you're here. And thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. I will be back every day forever. You know what I'm saying? Got it. So until then, fam and friends, if you're here, say goodnight or forever hold your peace. Remember, we got nothing but love for you every day forever. Don't forget it. Chris Donaldson, Pamela's back. Pamela's here the whole time. She's sometimes we be lurking it. We be lurking in the background. You know, so we're all doing it. Chris, Pamela, S-Coop, Trish Killian, Yardbirds, and Jen over here on the TikTok page. I hope you head over to YouTube to join this family. And Aspen Fox, you rock. You are amazing. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are all amazing. Thank you for supporting me on a daily basis. We will be doing it again tomorrow. We take this guitar out and we rock. And also, I think it was a pretty crazy night between the rants and the comedy night during the comedy news. It was pretty silly. There's a couple things in it I need to pull. Oh, man, I wish I got to ask you guys to help me do that next time. Whenever I'm in the middle of those crazy things where all of a sudden I'm doing these wordplay things, need like notes of when those wordplay things are going on. Like I did it tonight. I don't remember what it was, but there's a couple of random things where I started joking about the wordplay of like God banging it out. If I knew where that was in the show, that'd be great. Anyway, I love you guys. Remember, tomorrow, doing it all over again. Until then, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away. You got to go away. Till tomorrow, fam. Till tomorrow.